Good to be with you again. It's Richard. I'm back once more, and today we're going to be taking a look at something from a company who's well known for their popular line of RDAs and also tanks as well. And now they've released their very first starter kit right here that comes packaged with a 70-watt device that does nickel and titanium together with a tank in it as well. Let's go ahead and check out the Balrog 70 starter kit by Youde Technology. Oh man, I am liking it, this setup. It's so easy to use because you're holding your mod in your hand. It's small, compact, stealthy. All you got to do is just like how you squeeze your girlfriend, your wife's hand, in that romantic moment, you give it a little squeeze to say I love you, like that. You just give it a squeeze. And it fires. You don't have to have your thumb looking for the firing button. It is that easy. I really enjoy using it. I've been using it for more than 2 weeks. I'm liking it. Alright, so the Balrog 70 starter kit, as you know, is a 70-watt device. Temperature control does nickel and titanium. However, I've heard from people that it also does stainless steel for the released version. I'm not too sure about that, but mine, nickel and titanium so far. Uses an 18650 single 18650 battery. The mod also comes with a pretty unique feature. Right on top of the mod, you have this little catch cup here. And has cotton inside, which you're gonna see in a close-up afterwards. What it does is it will collect e-liquid that leaks out of your tank. Okay, it's called a condensation collection ring. Pretty nice, pretty clever of Youde to do that. Okay, it fires from 5 to 70 watts, and resistance range is from 0.2 to 3 ohms in power mode and 0.1 to 1 ohms in temperature control. Resistance range goes from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit as usual. If you want to have it in Celsius, it goes from 95 to 350 degrees Celsius. The Balrog tank is a 3 ml capacity tank. Pretty decent amount of juice you can put in there. Uses what they call the mesh vertical organic cotton coils, or MVOCC. You get 3 coils altogether. One is pre-installed in there, which is rated at 0.5. It's a standard Canthal coil. You also have a spare standard Canthal coil rated at 1.8 ohms, and together with a nickel coil rated at 0.15 ohms. Alright, tell you what, let's dive down, get a good close-up look of the Balrog starter kit. We'll come back, talk about it, and I'll leave you my thoughts. In black and red. Pretty impressive, very well presented. Looks like a sturdy box as well. Comes plastic shrink wrapped, just to show you. And also you've got the logo of the Balrog 70 here, Youde. And for those of you who didn't know what Youde stands for, it's unification of design. Looking at the side, you've got the Balrog 70 logo again. Here you have branding of Youde, and on this side in fine print, contents of the package telling you what's in the box, all the good stuff, and another Youde branding over on this side. Underneath you've got a scratch and check authenticity sticker with a QR code, and of course their website, the barcode, serial number. Shake it a little bit, pull up the cover, and in there you would find your instruction manual of the Balrog 70. First 4 pages of it will be in English, okay? A little bit brief, but enough to get you by to learn how to do the setting. You've also got some safety features that comes with the device, telling you what they are, picture of the device, all the different parts, what it's called, and a little bit about the tank itself. The rest of the instruction manual is in 4 other languages besides English. You've got Spanish, French, and also lastly in German. So that's the instruction manual for you. We're going to put that aside and take a look at the contents of the package. Right in there, nicely arranged. You've got the device right here. You've got the tank. You've got a spare glass. You've got 2 what I call spare coils and your USB cable. Let's take a look at the tank. Just taking the tank out. It's a nice sturdy piece of glass here. No crack edges or anything like that. Very nice. It comes with 2 spare coils as well, and one of it is your standard Canthal coil, which is rated at 1.8. This one here is actually, if I can see it, is a nickel coil. I'll try and just bring it a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see it too. Nickel coil NI200. It's rated at 0.15 ohms, and Youde, the logo right there. It's also your juice holes all around. They're not very big. And you've got 2 O-rings there, and underneath you've got your contact, gold plated. That's the nickel coil in there. It's a vertical coil, by the way. They're all vertical coils, and this is your ordinary standard Kenthal coil, which is vertical as well, and it's rated at 1.8 ohms. So that means in there, in the tank that comes pre-installed, will be your Kenthal coil rated at 0.5 ohms. All right, we're going to take a look at the tank. This is how the tank looks like. We're going to come to it shortly, and also the device. Very nice. You've got this little extender here in case you can't see it here, so that you don't get heat getting onto your lips. If you find it a little bit too hot, you can actually use this extender. Just attach it to the top cap, and then with your drip tip and this hole here. This over here, like that round little white donut thingy, is actually your cotton. Okay, this is for the condensation collection ring, which we'll come to shortly, and a couple of O-rings in there. And apart from that, you've got your micro USB charger, a little bit short, but does the job as well. And this is your condensation collection ring. As you can see, those white things there on top, they are actually cotton. All right, so you can remove the ring actually, and it's reverse threaded, so you have to do it clockwise to remove the ring. All right, so once you've got it removed, the ring comes off. This is how the inside looks like. It's like a little catch cup like that. And this is the cotton that you were looking at, the spare cotton. In fact, you can even get your own cotton and just push it in there and pack it properly, and you have yourself this little ring here made out of cotton to absorb any e-liquid that's leaking out of your tank, so that it doesn't get into your 510 here and into the board in there. All right, so this is a pretty neat idea from Youde technology. See, I keep doing this, but it's actually reverse threaded to get it screwed down. In there you've got your 510 pin there in brass, 510 threading, and this little hole here, this is actually for your lanyard. All right, it comes with a lanyard. Youde, keep vaping. Nice touch there. And this is all wrapped up in here. That's where you can find the lanyard. I already took it out and just tested it. There's a little screw here where you can just put it onto the screw hole, screw it in. Right, so once you've got that screwed in, this is how you can hang it on your neck. Besides that, what else? Dimensions for this is 78 by 38 by 23 millimeters, and the body is made of zinc alloy with brass contacts. You can fire this from 5 to 70 watts, temperature range from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to have it in Celsius, it's 95 to 315 degrees Celsius. Here is your firing button, and if you can see, it's a little bit protruding out for a good purpose, or rather a good reason. And over on this side, there's this little hump here. The reason why this is here is because so that you can rest your index finger right here, and this part of your palm rests on the button. Okay, so when you're vaping, let's say you have your tank on it, which looks kind of sleek, all black, very, very nice. You see, all you got to do is just squeeze it a little bit, not too much, just squeeze it, and you're actually firing it. Okay, like what I did, what you saw when I was vaping on it, just squeeze it and you're firing it, just like that. Simple. All right, so you don't have to have your thumb looking for the firing button, where is it, which you can also do. So you can fire it like that or this way, which I think is pretty neat. You see, every time you can hear the click, it's firing. Simple. All right, so I want to remove the tank and just do a little bit of comparison with other devices, just to show you how big in comparison it is. And for the IPV device, the IPV D2, this is the D2. It's about the same size as the IPV D2, if you notice, on top of each other. So if you have an IPV D2, this is about the same size as the Balrog. And side by side with the SX Mini ML Class it is a lot smaller. This is also single battery. It's a lot shorter. Width, it's a little bit smaller as well. So that's in comparison to other devices. And what else? Let's put in a battery. Off the cover comes, and you have got Youde sticker here. Your battery contact, this is your positive, and it's in brass, and on this side is your negative. Okay, so get your battery, make sure you have the right orientation for your battery. Positive over here, and your negative on this side. Push it a little bit. You know, this has got a little spring-like thing. All right, so push it in, and your battery goes in. It says Youde box, and it turns off again. All right, so this goes like that. You've got two magnets here on top, two magnets at the bottom, two, and it clips close. Okay, I have a little problem here at the bottom. The magnet doesn't touch. It's very loose. Okay, so once I've got a battery inside here, it comes off. Okay, on top it's fine. You see, the magnet sticks, but the bottom no, it just comes off like that. You know, both those magnets are not touching together. So what I'm going to do is a little fixing just in case, but I don't think so. These has sent out to reviewers for review, so maybe mine's a little bit faulty, but the release version should be okay. So, but in any case, by any chance, if you do have a little problem, just get a little bit of black tape like that, and since the magnets are not touching, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it to the side here, and because it's got a little bit of thickness to the tape, once I put it in, it's going to just press up against the side of this to, you know, get it snug and tight, and at least it's not going to fall off, you see. All right, not so easy. I can still take it out, but at least it's stuck there. All right, so just press it against that, and that's fine. Some venting holes right here at the bottom before I forget here, battery venting, just in case your battery needs to vent, hopefully it doesn't. Youde printed at the bottom, and it says unification of design. So this is your increase and decrease button in stainless steel, your micro USB charge port. Like I said, this is pass-through capable. So this is your firing button. To kickstart the thing, all you got to do is just hit it 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Youde box on the display, and that's the display for you to turn it off 5 times as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep vaping, and it turns off. So we're going to just turn it on, and it comes on. So here's the device up close with Balrog printed here as well, before I missed that. And you have on top your resistance, at the bottom your applied voltage, and there's a little P here that says you're in power mode, and right here 70 watts. Okay, on the extreme left you've got your battery indicator, so increase and decrease all the way down to 5 watts. Very simple to use. If you want to get into the settings menu to go into temperature control, just click it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and it says TC mode. Click yes, and you have a choice between nickel. Click the plus, it goes into titanium. So you've got nickel and titanium. Click it again, it's back to nickel again. Alright, so once you click nickel, yes, and it goes into unit. You can have it in Fahrenheit or in Celsius. Alright, so once it's in Fahrenheit, I prefer Fahrenheit. Click this again. It says 600 degrees Fahrenheit, so this is from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. You can go all the way down. To 200 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want to have it in Celsius, it goes from 95 to 315 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I'm going to set it to about 400. And there you go. Click yes and exit, and it brings you back to the main screen. As you can see right now, this is in Fahrenheit, nickel. You've got your ohms right on top there. Voltage 5 watts. All right. Okay, so 3 clicks takes you to power mode. System. Okay, click system. you can actually rotate your screen right, left, normal, and stealth mode. Alright, so I'm going to put it to normal and click yes, and then go out again. Let's see if it goes back to system. Yes, I'm going to click it again. Screen, click the up button. I go into count and I click it. This is your puff counter, 341 times. Click it again and it goes into 552 seconds that I've used up. I've been vaping on. Alright, apart from that, besides that, you can clear your counter. All you got to do is click once on the firing button and it's all cleared and it goes back to exit. Click it again, back to system again, screen, your puff counter, and you've got this mode which is pretty interesting. It's sensitivity. It actually is like a boost to your firing to heat up the coil faster. Okay, so it goes from 1 to 20. You got to click it every time. You can't click and hold. Okay, it goes from 1 to 20. 20 is if you want really big clouds, but the problem is if you click it at 20 and you want really big clouds, you got to make sure that your juice doesn't get dry. I mean, it feeds your coil fast enough because it's going to just, you know, boost up your firing. Okay, so what I normally set it to 1, 2, 3. We got to go back in again to system, click yes, sensitivity. What I normally set it to is about 4, which comes as the default value. Okay, 4. 1 is the most sensitive, so it's like, you know, soft, hard, you know, medium kind of vape quality that you want. So 4 is probably standard. 1 is considered very, very soft. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it at 4. That's about it then. So pretty simple to operate. Let's exit that. Yep, so that's it. This is the Balrog 70, and let's take a look at the tank now before I forget. I'm going to put that aside. This is your tank. You've got a nice drip tip right on top here. The bore is not too big. The bore is probably about 4 millimeters in diameter, and so that's why you get a nice, you know, mouth to lung, and you also can do a restricted lung inhale with this. But however you want a bigger bore, you can always change your drip tip, change it to whatever you want to. Let's say it's your own personal drip tip, and change it to this, and it still works. All right, let's put back the drip tip again, and this is a top fill atomizer, so I'm sure everybody's just very happy that it's top fill. Just remove the unscrew the top, and you have your juice holes at the side here, one for juice to go in and the other one for air to escape. That's how you fill it up. Very simple, very easy. Push it back, and it's got a nice soft push to it, like hydraulics, and close it back. That's about it. And you can actually remove the bottom here. The old this airflow control ring comes off, and to unscrew the whole tank, this comes off again. Let me try and unscrew this. Yep, the bottom comes off, and that's your coil in there. Rated 0.5 ohm cathode coil. This is your spare Pyrex glass. It's got one O-ring on each end to hold up against, you know, the top and bottom section, so you don't get any leaking. That's your center shaft there. Great. Tank, nice. And that's your coil. If you want to change it, unscrew it. There you go. That's your contact at the bottom in brass. Underneath, that's some printing designed and manufactured by Youde Tech. Youde logo there. So let's assemble it back, screw it back, and then you have your glass seated here, and you have the bottom section, the threading. Screw it back on again, and you've got your airflow over on this side. Sorry, as you can see, a very long Cyclops or Cyclone style air hole there, but the height of it is probably about 2 millimeters, and that's about it. okay, but on this side you've got a lot of airflow rings, small tiny little airflow rings, which probably measures about 1 millimeter in diameter for each ring. Okay, so the good thing about this airflow control is that if you want a mouth to lung, you can actually close it all the way down to just 1 or 2 holes. It gives it a really tight draw, and you can do a mouth to lung. And you want to have a restricted lung inhale, just open up the air hole fully, and that's what you'll be getting. All right, so other than that, put this back, screw it on, and together with the mod, they look really good together. All black, very small, and looking absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this is the Balrog 70 starter kit by Youde. We'll get back topside, we'll talk about it, and I'll leave you with my thoughts. Before we go on with the pros and cons, let me take a vape. Nice, I like it. Okay, the pros first, alright? I mean, the whole setup of the mod and the tank looks really, really good. Small, compact, dinky little fella here in the palm of my hands. It's so small, you see? It's like close to covering up the entire rig. Nice build quality and finish, and the mod fires really well, no problem, there's no lag time. Temperature control also works really fine as well. The tank is nice, good height to the tank, not too tall. It's really, really good. With 3 ml capacity, I'm fine with that. That's good. Okay, the flavor you get out of this is pretty good as well. The vapor, very decent vapor production, even for a starter kit. I'm going to take another vape. And the airflow you get out of this is really nice for lung inhale. I'm doing lung inhales, like for experienced vapors, you can do lung inhale. It's a little bit restricted, and it's not too airy, open kind of airflow. Nice, comfortable lung inhale that you get. And if you're a newbie and you're using this with a mouth to lung, you can also do so. All you got to do is just close down the airflow, and you will be able to do a mouth to lung. No issues. I've been doing that. In fact, at the start of the video, I closed down the airflow, but I was doing a lung inhale. Mouth to lung. So if you close down the airflow, it should be even nicer. Okay, now the con. Only one con, okay, that I have with this, which you've seen in the close-up, the bottom section, the magnet, I don't think it's even touching at all. And I hope this is not the version that you'll be getting. The release version, they would have fixed this probably, hopefully, okay? Otherwise, this is loose. Just do this and the whole thing comes off. So hopefully Youde will sort this out. Apart from that, overall, this is a thumbs up for me as a starter kit for new vapors and also experienced vapors who want something small, tiny in your hands, easy to pocket and all that. And also forgot to mention that I also like the little, what do you call, the condensation collection ring down there on the catch cup with the cotton. So any e-juice that's leaking out of your tank, it gets soaked up in the cotton, and you can change the cotton, no problem at all. At least it doesn't go into your 510 and it's going to spoil your device. Okay, very clever, well done Youde technology. Okay, I also like a lot the fact that you can easily just hold it in your hand. Like I said, just give it a little squeeze and it fires. Only thing is, if you have it in your pocket, to be safer, just lock the device and that's it. All right, right now let's get into the pricing. With a fantastic setup like that, let's see what the pricing is like. Okay, I did some random Google search in the US. Origin Vape and also Vapor DNA, they're retailing this for $49.99, which is in other words $50 US. Vape Royalty has it for $44.95 US, which is the cheaper so far that I've seen in the US, with a Google search. In the UK e-cig store, they're retailing this for £54.99 sterling pounds, and another retailer in the UK by the name of Vape UK is retailing this for £47.99 sterling pounds. So that's cheaper again. Malaysia, not here yet, but if I did the exchange rate, it should be around in the 200 ringgit region, which is really, or maybe even a little less. Okay, so such a good product. Malaysian retailers, if you're planning to take this in, no regrets, really good. Okay, and well, like I always would say, cheap cheap, nice nice, good good. Alright, so that's it for me for the Balrog 70 starter kit. One more vape, we're going to call it a wrap. Until I talk to you again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Until we meet again, God bless. Bye for now.